Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I got this green emerald look. Fall is coming so soon, which means we're going to be jumping into those bronzy, beautiful looks with more natural colors. Still glam, but more neutral shades. So I did want to throw out a really colorful look before we get into that. So I hope you guys enjoy watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. To begin today's look, I'm going to go ahead and start with some skin prep. The two items I will be using to prep my skin today are the PS Prep and Perfect Prime and Infuse Instant Hydration Priming Spray. This one is watermelon scented. It has hyaluronic acid and watermelon extract in it. And then for primer, I'm using the Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer by Ciate, which I'm not really sure if that's how you pronounce it, but now that my skin is nice and prepped, I'm going to let that soak into my skin while I start my eyes. I'm going to start by putting a eyeshadow base on. This is the NYX eyeshadow base. And I'm just going to pack that all over my eyes just to give me a nice base. So now that that's packed onto my eye, I'm just going to blend it out with my fingers. You can do this with your fingers or a brush. I usually do it with the brush, but I don't know. Today I just felt like going in with my hands today. Now that my eyes are primed, I'm not going to set it. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into my color. As you can see, I have a little craving for green today, so that's the color I'm going to be playing with. I did pull out quite a few palettes just because I want to be able to pick like the perfect green for today's look. Ooh, this one matches my shirt. The first palette I'm going in with is my 35C Everyday Chic palette by Morphe. Ew. Look at all the fingerprints on that. Okay, makeup gets dirty really quickly no matter how clean you keep your little station, so don't judge. I'm gonna start off with that shade Just Perfect. It's a dark green, and I'm going to pack that all over my lid. I'm really just trying to get a round shape from that eyeshadow right now. Oh my gosh, imagine if I just stop right here. And that's the finished look. Not gonna bring it up too much because I do want to blend it out to become sort of lighter as it goes up. The next shade that I'm going in with is from the Warrior 3 by Juvia's, and it's the only green shade in this palette. It's called Masai. I'm gonna take a little bit of that and use it to blend the edges out. It's honestly just all about blending right now, especially when it comes to these bold colors. Every time I pick up my brush, I'm kind of brushing it off on a paper towel because I don't really want the color to be bold all the way up to my eyebrows. I just want a nice blend. So for the next step, I know that I want to do some sort of concealer thing on it. So I'm just taking some concealer and I'm going to pat a line down the middle. Next, I'm going to tap it in with my finger. Okay, so as you can see, it's just like added lightness to the center of my eye. And I know it's not an exact shape right now, but I'm literally just going to put some green glitter over it. I'm going to go over that concealer area with this shade RSVP Yes. And once again, I'm using my finger to just sort of go over it. Okay, so I'm being kind of free-handed with this. I'm not keeping it within that concealer line. I also wanted to add some gold to this look, so I'm going to be going in with this gold shimmer shade. It's called On My Way. And this shade is what I'll be really focusing on the center, and I'm not going to disperse it out on the sides like I did with that green shade. So now that that's placed there, I'm going to go in with the brush that I used to blend out my green and blend out the edges of this just so that that gold remains within that center. For the next step of this look, I'm going to be doing a wing. I'm using a black liquid liner and I'm going to do a pretty thick wing, I think. Now that my liner is on, I'm going to be going in with mascara, and I'm using the Benefit They're Real mascara today. Before I do apply lashes though and do my eyebrows, I'm actually going to do my other eye off camera, so I will be right back with that all done. Alright guys, so I just finished both eyes. My hands are dirty. I know we look like a mess right now, but we're gonna pull through. I'm gonna go ahead and pop some lashes on and then do my eyebrows. So eyes are pretty much complete until we finish the face and go back underneath. To start with face, we're going to jump right into foundation. The foundation I'm using today is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is the matte one, and mine is in the shade 112 Soft Beige. I still have a lot of green underneath my eyes, but I'm not really going to worry about that until I get into my concealer. I definitely look very white right now, so I'm going to have to do extra hard work when it comes to the contouring and bronzing. Moving on to concealer, I am using my e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. So now I'm really trying to get close to underneath my eye so that I can cover up any fallout that I had from the green eyeshadow. I do like to use a brush as I get closer to right underneath my eye because I do have like a small face, I guess, so I do have really hard to reach places, and sometimes the sponge is way too big to get underneath my eye. To set that concealer in place, I'm using the Kat Von D Lock It Setting Powder. Just placing a little bit of that powder underneath my eye. I'm not doing a full-on bake, but just a little bit of powder so that when I do my under eye green eyeshadow, it doesn't transfer onto my base and ruin everything. Also dabbing it into my spots that get really oily really quick or have a lot of creasing, like my smile lines, my chin, my nose area, and my forehead. But I'm not leaving like a layer of powder there, I'm literally just dabbing it into my skin. So while it's sitting there, I'm going to go into my under eyes again. Going back to the Everyday Chic palette, I'm going in with that original dark green shade that I used in the very beginning. I'm taking a really small brush because I want to be super precise when it comes to this. I don't want any fallout. Just lightly tapping my brush into that and putting it right underneath my eyes. And lastly, sort of smudging it out with a small smudge brush. I'm also going to add some black eyeliner to my waterline. This is the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil by Urban Decay. I'm just using that beauty blender to kind of pull my eye down so that I don't use my finger and smudge my base. And now for the last step for my eyes, I'm using the same mascara from earlier and just placing that on my lower lashes. So bottom lashes are done, and I know I said that was the last step, but I forgot that I wanted to do an inner corner highlight with that gold shade that I used earlier. The name of the shade is On My Way. So using my pinky, I'm just going to place that on my inner corner. Also using a bit of that on my brow bone. Okay, so now the eyes are done. Let's finish this face. First, I am brushing that excess powder off from underneath my eyes. To bronze up my face and bring more warmth back into my look, I'm going to use two bronzers. This one is the Wet n Wild bronzer in the shade Wet Shady Beaches, and this one is the Too Faced Pineapple Paradise Strobing Bronzer in the shade Pineapple Sun. I'm dipping into my Wet n Wild bronzer first, and I'm going to use it for an all-around bronze. So this is before and that's after. Much better. Now that that's done, I'm going in with my Too Faced bronzer and highlighter duo, and I'm just going to brush all of that all over my face. It's more of a glowy bronzer, so now I have a bit of a glow without even going into highlighter. For blush, I'm going in with my NYX Ombre Blush. This one's in the shade Codebreaker. I'm going to try to be very light-handed with this blush today, because I do have all this bronziness going on and I want to keep it that way. So now I'm doing a quick spritz before I go on into highlighter. Today for setting spray, I'm using the NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. And then right after for highlight, I'm using the Ofra Everglow Highlighter. So highlight is on. It's on my cheekbones, my forehead, my chin, my nose. And I'm just going to go ahead and move right on into lips now. No questions asked, I'm definitely doing a nude lip today. I'm first going to start out with a Bare Minerals lip liner. This one's in the shade Gen Nude. The next thing I'm going in with for my lips is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Matte Lipstick, and this one's in the shade Staycation. Lips are done, which means this whole look is now complete. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!